Our first investigation on this started more than 10 years ago in 2004.
Since then, more cases have surfaced 8 years after the Desert Sands Unified School District said the school had a clean bill of health. Tonight, in a special two-part report, News Channel 3's Natalie Brunell goes back to the beginning of the story.
And Natalie's here in studio with more on a story that's already getting a lot of attention. Natalie.
That's right. It even prompted the district to send a 3-page letter to parents and staff this week, addressing what the district feels is a thorough investigation of the issue. For the past month, we've pored over documents from scientists, public health officials, and the district to find out why questions remain about whether the school had something to do with making teachers and students sick.
Too many of my coworkers, friends, now former students that I know of, have developed some form of cancer or another.
Gail Cohen taught at Quinta Middle School from 1988 to 2004. In 2003, doctors diagnosed her with cancer. Nearly a dozen of her coworkers heard the same news, including Linda Brown.
All of a sudden, this, it's like our heads were whirling around. I can't believe this, I can't believe it.
The teachers alerted the Desert Sands Unified School District, concerned the number of cancers had something to do with the school.
If there's even the slight possibility that people on that campus could be at risk, then it's the district's responsibility to look into that seriously.
The district says it did, calling in Dr. John Morgan, a regional epidemiologist with the California Cancer Registry. This is an interview from 2004 with Morgan by our sister station, CBS Local 2.
A true cancer excess is not identified because it does not exist.
Morgan reported this to the district and to the teachers, disputing the number of cancer cases at the school. 11 teachers said they had cancer, but Morgan said he could only find 5 in the registry. Teachers living with the disease at the time expressed shock. Tim Forrester, diagnosed with a rare blood cancer, also spoke with CBS Local 2.
There were people sitting in the room that were missing breasts, some were missing ovaries, some were missing different parts of their body from operation from cancer, and he said, I don't believe you.
That's when another epidemiologist and physician, Dr. Sam Millhem, volunteered to investigate the cancers at no charge to the district. Millhem lives part-time in the valley and specializes in public health and the occupational cancer risks of electricity. The district, he said, rebuffed him.
They're afraid of litigation. They're afraid that if they admitted that the school was causing cancer and the teachers could sue the school.
Through the help of Gail Cohen, Millhem and his colleague, electronic engineer Lloyd Morgan, gained access to the school after hours to measure levels of dirty electricity in the classrooms. Dirty electricity occurs when an interruption in the flow of electrical current emits bursts of radio frequency radiation. The World Health Organization classifies RF radiation as a possible carcinogen. Dirty electricity can be measured using this, a gram Stetzer meter, which plugs into just about any outlet. Most homes and buildings read under 100 units.
Yeah, you'd like to get below 50, and that place is 700 to 1,000 to 2,000 or more.
Millhem believes the teachers developed cancer through prolonged exposure to dirty electricity at the school.
Your immune system gets wrecked, goes south, and your body is making cancer cells all the time, and the immune system chews them up and gets rid of them. If your immune system gets bad, that's why you get the cancers.
When Millhem reported his findings to then Superintendent Dr. Doris Wilson, he got a letter from the school district's attorney threatening action for criminal trespassing. So he encouraged the teachers to file a California Occupational Safety and Health Act complaint, which they did in 2005. That got the State Department of Health Services involved.
They measured every outlet in every room in the school. We've got that data.
Using the same gram Stetzer meter, Dr. Raymond Nitra from the state also found high readings of what he called circuit vibrations or dirty electricity in some of the classrooms. He referenced them in these letters to the district. In 2008, Millhem and Lloyd Morgan used Nitra's readings in a study published in the American Journal of Industrial Medicine, linking an increased cancer risk in teachers at La Quinta Middle School with exposure to rooms with dirty electricity.
The thing that really saved us and gave us the ability to do the study is one of the teachers had saved the classroom assignment rosters every fall. We just put the 2 and 2 together and found out that dirty electricity reading in the room that she taught in, or he taught in, predicted the cancer rate.
That, Millhem says, was the smoking gun.
That makes me angry. It makes me angry because the whole thing was never acknowledged. It just makes me angry.
Dr. Sam Millhem and Lloyd Morgan's study revealed the number of teachers at La Quinta Middle School who developed cancer, 16 of 137, was nearly 3 times more than expected based on cancer risk data from the California Cancer Registry. That's the same agency Dr. John Morgan works for, who the district first asked to investigate.
We didn't find evidence of a cancer excess among teachers. We found inaccuracies in the reports.
Dr. Morgan said the study used statewide rather than regional data, which he believes underestimated the number of cancers expected. Morgan says he found only 12 teachers with cancer in the registry in 2008. The number didn't alarm him. So you're saying 12 cancers, that's pretty close to expected. That's not significant.
That was 2.1 times higher than the expected, but that's well within the range that random error would produce variation.
Morgan and the district also claim Millhem didn't have correct teacher information to conduct the study because the district only gave employment records to the registry.
That information was not used by Dr. Millhem. He actually created some sort of a list himself.
Millhem says his list came directly from the teachers and their room assignments. In letters to the district, Dr. Raymond Nitra of the State Health Department confirmed Millhem's list was accurate. In May 2007, the district used one of Nitra's letters in this news release, announcing the school got a clean bill of health.
There were, in fact, of course, cases of cancer, but they were not attributed to anything on the school property.
The news release quotes Nitra, saying we are prone to disbelieve the circuit voltage vibration hypothesis. That's Nitra's term for dirty electricity. But taking a closer look at multiple letters from Dr. Nitra to the district reveals he prescribed further investigation. Nitra wrote he was prone to doubt the hypothesis, but also, quote, not virtually certain that it is not true. He acknowledged an excess of cancer unlikely due to chance and said levels of circuit voltage vibrations were, quote, unusually high compared to other settings and warranted further electric detective work. He said finding and eliminating internal sources of circuit voltage vibrations would seem to be the most straightforward way of dealing with the teacher's concerns. Nitra, who retired from the health department, declined an interview with KESQ, but confirmed in an email that was and is his position. The district maintains there's no problem with the school.
There is no such existence of anything like that at the school site. I need to point out to you that no one has contacted us indicating that they have an unfortunate medical situation.
But former teachers and now former students are sharing their stories of cancer with each other, still wondering if the district did everything it could to rule out the possibility there was something making them sick at the school. One former student is Natalie Piccola, who in her 20s developed a rare tumor on her spleen followed by skin cancer.
My doctor was blown away. At my age, when I had gotten that, he shouldn't have seen anything like that.
Piccola had both Gail Cohen and Linda Brown as teachers and sat in both of their classrooms where Dr. Millhem found high levels of dirty electricity. All three were diagnosed around the same time.
Well, that's kind of scary because these are people's lives that are at risk.
In Europe and Australia, there are international policies limiting exposure to radio frequency radiation, which Millhem says dirty electricity emits. In the U.S., no federal regulations exist. Millhem says one solution is for the school to put these filters in the classrooms. Just plugging them into an outlet cuts levels of dirty electricity tenfold.
And you watch it come down as you put the filters in. And what it does, it comes down in the whole place.
The filters cost $30, and Nitra at the health department called them, quote, a low-cost way of addressing the concern. But the district, he said, complained to his department about the recommendation. Millhem says he's still willing to clean up the school for free and try to determine the source of the dirty electricity. He suspects it originates from a defective utility substation about a mile from the school.
It's a bad situation, and it's getting worse. Nobody wants to pay attention to it.
We would certainly continue to do anything for any of our students and staff in order to protect them.
I've learned tonight that District Attorney Mike Hestern has been contacted by the scientists and former teachers, and he's passing along their concerns to the county's Environmental Crimes Unit for review. If you've been diagnosed with cancer and attended or was employed by La Quinta Middle School, there's a group of concerned citizens who wants to hear from you. You can find their information on our website, kesq.com.